Billionaire's Sons. This movie is showing on Ruth Kadiri 24/7, and the movie features Eddie Watson. We also have Michael Dapper and Lillian. Ah, this movie is quite interesting. We've seen this storyline before. It just talks about two boys. Prat- Practically, it's more like a prodigal son, where two sons, one is hardworking, responsible, one is irresponsible, partying and always squandering the father's money. One day he says, "You know what, Dad, give me my own share of my, inheritance. I want to leave this house and go and do things with the money." His conduct came back, and that was when the younger son was like, "No, you can't do this. Come back and eat your cake and have it." So there was fight between the two brothers, and this landed the father to die. So how would they now, be responsible together and take care of the properties that are left behind of their father and make a good legacy for themselves? So yeah, that's what this movie is about. Billionaire son. There's a twist where one of the sons is ending up dating the other son's girlfriend or ex-girlfriend, just to take a form of revenge against the other brother. So you have to watch this movie, Billionaire Sons. So let's talk about the characters in this movie. There was rumors that Ruth Kadiri and Eddie Watson are no more friends. They unfollow each other, yada yada yada. So I'm so happy to see that Eddie Watson is in this movie. I don't know if they shot this movie last year or last 2 years, or it's an old film they now edited. We don't know, but let's assume it's a new movie and Eddie Watson is in. So yeah, I'm happy to see that Eddie Watson and Ruth Kadiri are not enemies as presumed, because the whole of last year they had just few movies together, and the whole of this year there's no movie. So this is just the first movie actually being seen Eddie Watson. Now Eddie Watson was the one that played the irresponsible brother. He was partying, squandering money, doing like he was just irresponsible in general. And I mean, this is not the first time he has played a movie role like this. He and Daniel ETIM, they kind of like this kind of role, and Ruth has used Daniel to play a role like this, similar to what Eddie Watson played. So Daniel and you know and Eddie, they kind of play the same role, and I like it that it's on the same scale basically, and he was really entertaining. The partying, we're cruising inside, and he has a girlfriend but still partying with other women. I mean, as a billionaire, you can do whatever you want to do. You think money is everything until you lose your father or someone close to you. So until he learned his lesson, losing the love of his life, which is Lillian, then he had to wake up and say, no, I can't lose the love of my life to my brother. No way. So I think I enjoy his character in this movie, the fun part. Then let's talk about Michael Dapper. Yeah, Michael Dapper. Some people say he cannot act. Some others say he can act. I mean, whatever the face, the all side of the face that you stand on is all up to you. Whether you think he can act or he cannot act. Well, in this movie, he was the responsible, hardworking, disciplined brother, and he wanted to teach his brother a good lesson by taking away the girlfriend from him. Yeah, in this movie, Michael was dope in his act. He wanted to take serious revenge. He didn't want his brother to come and take his share of you know, the properties or the will, the kind of goods that he has done in the company, only for his brother to come and reap what he did not sow. He was that brother. Like, I mean, if you were in his shoes, you definitely understand. So he kind of played that role as not eating your cake and having it. Well, at the end of the day, brothers will have to be brothers. Blood is thicker than water, like they say. Then also we have to talk about Lillian. Lillian also has her own channel, her own YouTube channel where she also produces movie. Even Eddie Watson also has his own YouTube channel where he also produces movies. So I mean, if you are new to YouTube movies, you should check them out as well. With Lillian, she was the mediator. She was confused. She was in love. She was just, going according to what her boyfriend was uh, doing. She didn't have a say. She didn't have a say. She couldn't just control. But it got to a point where she was like, you know what? Since I can't control you, I can't do things, then I have to leave you alone until you come back to your senses, then we can talk. That was the role she was playing. Lillian was soft in this movie. Lillian was obedient. Lillian was just calm. She has this calm spirit in this movie, and that was what she was being asked. And I think I enjoyed that as well. One thing I like about this movie is also that, the costume for both sons, that's Eddie and Michael, they were dope. Those costumes they wore were really really dope in this movie. And their father, their father was a classic at the way they made him to die. That scene was really interesting. If you haven't seen it, you should watch that part very well again. And yeah, this movie is basically just like prodigal son. So in case you don't know the story in the Bible that has to do with prodigal son, then you should watch this movie. You have an idea about that story. So if you're a fan of Ruth Kadiri, you should check this movie out. This is her latest movie. On a scale of 1 to 10, I think I'll rate this movie a 5. It's a basic YouTube movie, prodigal son, basically. So yeah, that's how I'm gonna rate this movie. So guys, thank you and don't forget to subscribe, and thank you so much for the support. Okay, I'll see you all in the next video. Okay, and also don't forget, if you want more movie reviews, tell me, I'll do more of that. And also I'll be bringing you more entertainment news as well as movie reviews and movie recommendations. So do subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't forget anytime a video is posted on this channel. I'll see you all in the video.